Sydney Sweeney has always been a chameleon when it comes to her style, effortlessly shifting between bold, edgy looks and timeless elegance that turns heads wherever she goes. Her most recent appearance at a high-profile screening event in New York City marked yet another chapter in her ever-evolving beauty narrative, one that saw her ditching the sharp, structured blunt bob that had become her signature for something far more fluid and romantic. This transformation wasn't just a simple trim or color tweak. It was a deliberate pivot toward a softer, more versatile aesthetic that highlighted her natural features while nodding to classic Hollywood glamour. As she stepped into the spotlight for the premiere of her latest project, The Housemaid, attendees and onlookers couldn't help but notice the subtle yet striking change in her mane, which cascaded in loose, effortless waves that framed her face with an air of effortless sophistication. To truly appreciate this shift, it's worth delving into the backstory of Sweeney's blunt bob phase. 4 months leading up to this event, the actress had embraced a sleek, chin-length cut that exuded modern minimalism. The bob was characterized by its precise lines, straight across edges that hit just below her jawline, creating a geometric silhouette that contrasted beautifully with her soft, feminine features. It was a look that screamed confidence and control, perfectly aligning with her on-screen personas in projects like Euphoria and The White Lotus, where she often plays characters navigating complex emotional landscapes with a steely resolve. The blunt bob wasn't just a hairstyle, it was an extension of her persona, a visual declaration of boundary setting in an industry that often demands women to be all things at once, vulnerable yet unbreakable, alluring yet unapproachable. Crafted by celebrity stylist Glenn Coco, known for his work with A-listers like Jennifer Lopez and Margot Robbie, the bob had been achieved through a meticulous process involving razor-sharp shears and a subtle layering technique to add dimension without sacrificing the cut's signature bluntness. Sweeney had debuted it at various red carpet events, pairing it with everything from oversized blazers for a power woman vibe to delicate slip dresses that accentuated its clean lines. The color was a rich, ashy blonde with hints of caramel undertones, achieved through balayage highlights that caught the light in a way that made her appear perpetually sun-kissed. Fans raved about how it accentuated her high cheekbones and bright blue eyes, turning what could have been a severe style into something uniquely empowering. Social media buzzed with tutorials attempting to replicate the look, with beauty influencers dissecting every angle, from the perfect part placement to the ideal product lineup for maintaining that glossy finish. But as with all things in Sweeney's world, evolution is key. The screening for The Housemaid, a psychological thriller where she stars as a domestic worker entangled in a web of dark family secrets, called for a fresh approach. The film's narrative, rich with tension and underlying sensuality, demanded a look that mirrored its protagonist's duality, composed on the surface but harboring depths of intrigue. Enter the waves, long layered strands that fell well past her shoulders, styled into loose, beachy curls that evoked the effortless allure of a summer romance. This wasn't a mere extension. Sweeney had opted for high-quality extensions seamlessly blended with her natural hair, adding length and volume without a hint of detection. The color remained in the blonde family but shifted toward warmer golden tones, with subtle face-framing pieces that softened her overall silhouette. The styling process for this transformation was a masterclass in hair artistry. Starting with her bob as the base, the team at the event's glam squad carefully added extensions using keratin bonds for durability and natural movement. Once the length was achieved, hot tools came into play, large barrel curling irons to create those signature S-shaped waves, followed by a texturizing spray to lock in the bounce without stiffness. The part was swept slightly off-center, allowing the waves to drape asymmetrically over one shoulder, a trick that elongated her neck and drew attention to the elegant choker necklace she wore. Makeup artist Melissa Murdock complemented the hair by opting for a fresh-faced glow, dewy skin, a touch of bronzer for warmth, and a nude lip that let the hair take center stage. The result? A look that felt both accessible and aspirational, the kind that makes you want to run to your stylist the next day. What makes this particular transformation so compelling is how it reflects Sweeney's broader approach to her public image. At just 27, she's already established herself as a beauty trendsetter, unafraid to experiment while staying true to her roots. Her hair journey has mirrored her career trajectory, from the fresh-faced ingenue in The Handmaid's Tale with long, straight locks symbolizing innocence, to the sultry vixen in Anyone But You with tousled updos that hinted at playful rebellion. The blunt bob phase in particular, coincided with a period of intense scrutiny following her high-profile breakup and subsequent projects that positioned her as Hollywood's next it girl. It was armor, a way to reclaim narrative control through something as simple as a haircut. Now, with the waves, there's a sense of release, a willingness to let go and flow with whatever comes next. Diving deeper into the event itself, the screening was held at a chic midtown theater, buzzing with industry insiders, fellow cast members, and a smattering of fashion photographers eager to capture the night's looks. Sweeney arrived in a custom gown from Saint Laurent, slinky black silk with cutouts that played up the film's thriller vibes, her waves tumbling freely as she posed on the step and repeat. Interviews from the evening revealed her excitement about the role, drawing parallels between her character's hidden layers and her own stylistic choices. "Hair is like armor for me sometimes," she confided to a reporter, her fingers twirling a loose curl absent-mindedly. "The bob was great for feeling sharp and focused, but tonight I wanted to feel a little more undone, more in the mystery."